Hey there. Welcome back. We hope that you liked the short montage for this fourth episode of World with Wife. Our adventure for today picks up right in the Zagori region, in Greece. We are on a grand tour of Greece, and in our previous episode we explored the island of Ioannina. A link to that episode is found in the description below. The Zagori region is a picturesque and mountainous area located in the northwestern part of Greece, in the Epirus region. It is known for its stunning natural landscapes, traditional stone-built villages, and a network of hiking trails that I will personally stay away from. But more importantly, the roads around the area were definitely not to my liking. They were, to put it plainly, scary. I did not like the steep ascents, sharp turns, narrow passages, and the mountainous terrain. For my husband, they offer breathtaking views of the surrounding landscapes. And talking about views, we are about to show you an amazing one. We stopped at the Vikos Gorge viewpoint. It was a short climb up, from where we parked our car. It was almost 6 p.m. and the setting sun bathed this entire valley with its golden light. The viewpoint is a popular and stunning vantage point, with breathtaking vistas of the Vikos Gorge, which is one of the main natural attractions in the Zagori region of Greece. The Vikos Gorge viewpoint is located near the village of Monodendri in the Zagori region, specifically in the Vikos National Park. Monodendri itself is one of the picturesque Zagori villages, and it's a common starting point for hiking in the area. We reached the viewpoint by car, by following the road to Monodendri, and then proceeded to the viewpoint, which is well marked. I am generally scared of heights, but I was not afraid to lean down to fully enjoy and admire the view from the viewpoint. From there, I was able to gaze into the Vikos Gorge, which is known for its remarkable depth and the winding Vikos River at the bottom. The view encompasses the dramatic rock formations and the densely forested slopes of the gorge, making it a fantastic spot for photography and taking in the natural beauty of the region. There were even kiosks with seating area if we wanted to stay there longer. In addition, one can explore the area further by hiking along the well-maintained trails that lead into and around the gorge. Hiking should allow you to get up closer to the gorge's stunning features and appreciate the biodiversity of the national park. And of course, the Vikos Gorge viewpoint is a popular location for witnessing stunning sunrises and sunsets. As I mentioned already, the changing light and colors over the gorge create a magical and ever-changing landscape. The sun was going to set soon, and I was really not looking forward to being in the car, while my husband drove these scary roads during the night. So I urged him to leave this place so that we can get to our destination before nightfall. Our hotel was located just 15 kilometers away from here, but it would take us 40 minutes to drive there. The roads involved significant changes in elevation, with steep ascents and descents, narrow and winding, and only wide enough for one vehicle at a time. It was going to be a tight squeeze if we encountered oncoming traffic. Drivers with experience in mountainous terrain may find these roads less intimidating, but those without such experience might feel a bit uneasy. And then we reached this small bridge. I was convinced that we had made a wrong turn somewhere. But no, my husband just drove across this impossibly narrow bridge and stopped the car right after we reached the other side. We got out to enjoy the view there. We were in the middle of a lush forest, with a river passing by. It was peaceful and beautiful. The name of the bridge we just crossed translates to Aristes Bridge in English. As beautiful as the area was, it was about to get dark, and once more I requested that we keep moving on. And finally reached our overnight hotel just as day was about to turn into night. We were in a picturesque mountain village located in the Zagori region of Epirus. The name of this village is Papigo. It is somehow difficult to describe where exactly we were. For one, it was getting dark, and I tried not to pay too much attention to the roads while my husband was driving, in order not to scare myself. But the village appeared well preserved with traditional stone-built architecture. The houses in Papigo are constructed from local stone and have distinctive slate roofs, creating a charming and timeless atmosphere. The alley that led to the hotel, from the parking lot, felt like we were walking through a movie set for Games of Thrones. We only had time to check into our hotel, and then I realized that it was already night, and it was going to be a chilly night as well. But my husband insisted on going out for a walk. He mentioned that he wanted to capture some night shots, and I felt like he was joking. I know the new iPhones were good with night mode, but it was way too dark around us for him to be able to capture anything decent and meaningful at all. The surroundings of Papigo are characterized by dramatic cliffs, dense forests, and the Vikos Gorge, one of the deepest gorges in the world. Even with darkness around us, this village exuded a real charm, and I did not want to leave here without spending some time to properly look around. My best bet was tomorrow morning. We had a long drive already planned for the morning. We were going to drive all the way to Thessaloniki, and this is an adventure for another episode. So please remember to subscribe to our channel, if you have not done so yet, so that you do not miss any of our videos. The following morning, we woke up super early and were the first one to sit down at the breakfast table. Breakfast itself was simple, but filling and delicious. The reason for waking up so early was simple. I wanted to create some extra time for us to walk around and explore Papigo before our long drive. So after breakfast, we checked out and we walked to collect our car. As we were making our way to the car, it suddenly struck me. This alley was very tight, and there was no way that my husband managed to drive the car down here yesterday, especially around nightfall. So I turned to ask him if we were using a different path to the car. Simple answer is no. It was the same path, and while he was slowly and carefully driving us out of this small alley, I was busy videotaping it, so that we could share it with you. The blind corners seemed impossible to maneuver around, with branches, electrical poles, wires and even steps sticking out. I was not driving, but my palms were already sweaty. Furthermore, the road surface was uneven and bumpy, and our small car felt gigantic for this impossible task. But the narrow lanes, alleys, houses, walls, and architecture in Papigo are integral to its charm and represent the traditional Epirotic and Zagori architectural style. The houses in Papigo are constructed using locally sourced stone, typically slate or schist. We learned that the use of stone not only provides a traditional appearance but also helps insulate the homes from the harsh mountain weather. We parked our car at the village central parking area and decided the most reasonable thing to do was explore the rest on foot. You have just seen the tower of the Holy Church of Saint Blaise. This church is dedicated to Saint Blaise, who is a Christian martyr and the patron saint of various professions and places, including throat ailments, wool combers, and animal husbandry. His feast day is celebrated on February 3rd. And now that the sun was out, I could start to appreciate all the vibrant colors and the rich cultural heritage as we walked around variety of accommodations, guest houses, traditional inns, small hotels, restaurants, and shops. As we are walking around, let me tell you a bit more about Papigo. The village is actually nestled within the Vikos National Park, and the entire region around it is full of lush forests, rugged mountains, and a network of walking trails that will surely attract nature lovers and hikers. The climate around Papigo is Mediterranean, transitioning to continental with heavy snowfalls in the winter and considerable rainfall and humidity also, during the other seasons of the year. The Zagori region itself has a rich history dating back to ancient times. I read that it was inhabited by various ancient Greek tribes and later incorporated into the Byzantine Empire. The Greek War of Independence in the early 19th century led to the liberation of Greece from Ottoman rule. The Zagori region, including Papigo, became part of the modern Greek state. Papigo village was built on the slopes of Timfi at an altitude of 970 meters and consists of two mahallades, Micro and Megalo Papigo. In the written, historical documents, Papigo is mentioned in a gold bullion of the Emperor Andronikos II in the year 1325 AD. The current residents who make up the small community of a few hundred inhabitants are mostly employed in small and large tourism businesses. They have modernized, comfortable, traditional guest houses, catering facilities, sports activities businesses and activities that have to do with nature and sightseeing in the wider area. However, the population has taken pride in preserving their cultural traditions. These traditions include local festivals, music, dance, and traditional cuisine, which often features local products and ingredients. Now that I have seen the architecture of the village, I was trying to mentally decide if Papigo can be classified as a medieval town. I had visited many medieval towns around Europe, but Papigo was like none of them. This was my first time in a traditional Greek mountain village, and the stone-built houses with slate roofs were more representative of the 18th and 19th centuries. And Papigo also does not have the same medieval fortress-like structures and layout that are often associated with medieval towns. Everything here was well preserved, even the direction signs were done in such a way that convinced me that this village must be visited by a huge number of tourists every year. They were clear and concise. We only spent less than 2 hours in this amazing little village and we have to get back to the car as our next destination was still 5 hours drive away. And we got on at a really relaxed pace, driving slowly down the winding slopes that offered even more amazing views of the mountains around the Vikos Gorge. We stopped at another viewpoint to admire the Gorge one last time. Vikos Canyon is indeed one of the national park main attractions and is often recognized as one of the deepest gorges in the world. The Vikos National Park is home to a wide variety of plant and animal species. It provides habitat for many endangered or rare species, including brown bears, wolves, wildcats, chamois, and various birds of prey. The park's rich biodiversity has led to its designation as a Natura 2000 site, which is a European network of protected areas. As we were driving, I noticed a bridge that was not part of our itinerary. Once I pointed it out, my husband decided that we should check it out. It was known as Kanitsa Stone Bridge and it spans the Aous River in the town of Kanitsa, located in the Epirus region of northwestern Greece. The bridge is as old as your great-great-grandparents, and is a true masterpiece of old-school craftsmanship. The more I looked at it, the more it felt like something out of a fairy tale, with its massive stone arch and rustic charm. I am not entirely sure when it was built, but we are probably talking about the 18th century, back when the Ottoman Empire was in charge. This bridge wasn't just a pretty face, it was a lifeline for the town. It connects Kanitsa to the other side of the river, making it easier for folks to get around and for goods to be traded. Now, in the 21st century, the Kanitsa Stone Bridge is a popular spot for tourists and history buffs like myself. It is not just a bridge, it is also a symbol of the town's history and culture during the Ottoman days. As I stand on it, I could not help but admire the incredible stonework and the scenic beauty all around, with the river flowing beneath. But just standing on it was not enough for my husband. He wanted to go underneath it, and to get some footage of the bridge from a different angle. Luckily there was a path that would allow us to do just that. On the other side, we could appreciate a small waterfall as it tumbles down a series of rock formations in the midst of a lush, forested landscape. The waterfall's setting is nothing short of idyllic, surrounded by dense vegetation, moss-covered rocks, and a tranquil ambience. We found a path that led directly underneath the bridge and we took it. The charming single-arched bridge is 20 meter high and 35 meter in length, which could quite well make it the largest single-arch bridge in the Balkans. Did I mention that the town of Kanitsa in northwestern Greece is not far from the Albanian border? Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you've enjoyed this adventure through the breathtaking landscapes of Vikos Gorge, the charming village of Papigo, and the historic Kanitsa stone bridge. Please make sure to hit that like button to show your appreciation and share this video with fellow adventurers. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more travel tales and exploration of hidden gems from around the world. Until our next adventure, keep exploring, learning, and keep wandering. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.